This beach is perfect, man.
Today we're talking
It's an island,
fats.
right? Hidden from the sea. No
Happy
matter
TOC
what
Tuesday, our favorite F word.
Sure.
There comes a point in your fitness journey where you kind of have to define, right, what fats you got to have in your diet. So essentially what you want to have is enough fat in your diet, the right fats in your diet to help you optimize your fat burning, right? So there's saturated fats and there's unsaturated fats. The saturated fats, those are the bad ones. Those are the ones that we want to stay away from, okay? Saturated fats are found in animal products like butter, cheese, cream, heavy cream, stuff like that. Those saturated fats are more likely to make your LDL cholesterol levels higher. LDL is the bad cholesterol. I could get into that, but that's a whole nother video, and I want to kind of explain that well. So we'll do that at another point. But for right now, LDL equals bad. Bad, bad, bad. Okay? So making sure that we're having more HDL cholesterol in our diet. So if we have saturated fats that make our LDL cholesterol too high, then unsaturated fats, conversely, they make our HDL levels high. Okay? So HDL cholesterol is healthy cholesterol. The way that you can remember that is HDL starts with the H, so healthy, okay? Unsaturated fats, we find those in nuts and olive oils. Polyunsaturated fats are essential. We want to stick to those fats. Those are going to be fats like avocado oil, fish. Fish is the most popular polyunsaturated fat source by far. It's recommended that we have at least 2 servings of oily fish per week. So a lot of people, what's something that's really popular is the omega-3 pills, like the tablets that have the gels inside. That's a really, really, really easy way to make sure that you're getting the right amounts of fats in your diet. Just to recap real quick where we are. Unsaturated fats, good. Saturated fats, bad. 2 unsaturated fats. 2 kinds that we need to be worried about. Like I said earlier, there's polyunsaturated, there's monounsaturated, okay? Polyunsaturated fats are going to be considered our essential fats. And it's crazy because the polyunsaturated fats are essential, meaning that our body needs them for many reasons, but our body does not produce them, so we have to get those in our food. That means that we're sourcing those through fish, we're sourcing those through healthy fats that our body it can't produce on our own. So some of the things that are kind of like a byproduct of these essential fats are the benefits of anti-inflammation, reduce brain fog, increase fat oxidation. For those of you that are pregnant, it's really great for early brain development, having like those high unsaturated omega-3 fats specifically. But yeah, so when we come into that category now, right? So now we're talking about polyunsaturated fats. Those are essential. Remember, essential, polyunsaturated, essential. All right, those fats are omega-3 fats and omega-6 fats. Okay, there's also omega-9 fats, but those are considered non-essential. Brush those to the side. You don't need them, but there are benefits. For the omega-3 fats, those are going to be, again, that's where the fish falls under the omega-3 category. If you like avocado, if you like reading up on food, you probably know that avocado is also high in omega-3 fats. The recommended ratio omega-6 to omega-3 is 4 to 1. Okay, so we should have, for every 1 part omega-3 fat, we should have 4 parts omega-6. Okay, average American consumes 10 parts omega-6 fat to 1 part omega-3 fat. That's a big, big problem, and that kind of ratio contributes to a lot of the dietary ailments that we have in the Western diet. We see obesity, we see heart problems, stuff like that. Omega-6 fats, those are going to be from the nuts predominantly. Nuts have a high omega-6 fat count. So peanut butter, almond butter, olive oil. So that being said, try and focus on having more omega-3 fats in the diet. Have omega-3 pills with every meal. If you're trying to lose weight, I'd say to go a little bit more extreme than the 4 omega-6 fat to 1 omega-3 fat. Try and get it closer to 1 to 1. Your omega-3 fats really are super crucial in helping you oxidize those omega-6 fats. And at the end of the day, that's what we want if we're trying to burn fat. key points to take away from this. You definitely want to make sure that you're aware of your ratios. Okay, so look at your nutrition labels. It's really important to read your nutrition labels and almost like make fun of it, make it a game. Let's see what I can tell about this food from the nutrition label, because those nutrition facts on the back of your food, even though they look unappealing and black and white and boring, there's a lot of information that you can get from those labels if you read them properly and carefully and intuitively. So when you're looking at total fat for your portion of whatever you're eating, if you're saturated fat, so it's going to say total fat, and then it'll say like unsaturated fat, saturated fat. If your saturated fat is over 100% per serving, it's horrible. You don't want 100. You want to go over 100% in a day. To be frank, you want to keep. It's recommended that you keep your saturated fats to 6% of your total fat intake for the day. Okay, so that's very, very little. Like I said, you find those saturated fats in things like butter. That's really the biggest one that I found over time that people like consume regularly and don't even think about it. But having too much butter, like I said, that LDL cholesterol is bad. Essentially why it's bad is because it's slimy, it's like waxy, and that's what you can contribute to heart attacks and clogged arteries and stuff like that. And so especially if you're predisposed to heart conditions in your family and your genetics, you really, really, really want to be keen about staying away from that stuff. You really want to stay away from it, because if you have too much LDL cholesterol in your system and you're prone to heart disease, it's likely that you're going to find heart disease. One of the most appealing things about omega-3 fats to me is because there's a lot of studies that tie omega-3 fats to improved memory in your later ages in life, and decreases your risk of dementia, and that's huge. So even if you're already, elderly, having those omega-3 fats has been known to increase your memory capacity. There's a little known fact that omega-3 fats actually help you improve your mineral bone density, which I think is pretty cool. The more we can fortify our bones, the more we can strengthen our skeletal structure naturally, the better. Because as we train more and more and more, no matter how much muscle you develop, as your body fat drops, your body has less insulation, more muscle, your bones are absorbing more shock, and therefore are more prone to deteriorating, fracturing, wearing down in your joints, having arthritis and stuff like that. So it's really, really important that we do have a good layer of fat. But yeah, so let's go ahead and jump to a convo that me and Jazz had about how we're actually using fat in our food to inspire, right? We're taking it to a different place, and we're using fat creatively to do the things that I'm talking to you about without you even knowing. Let's switch it over right now. Coming at you live from a secluded location.
Couple birds.
That documentary we watched, Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat.
That's a good one.
That was really
If you guys
good.
haven't watched that, you should watch it. She also just wrote a book on it too.
Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat.
Just oils in general. Anything from like peanut oil to vegetable oil, canola oil, olive oil, pumpkin seed oil. There's millions.
Yeah.
And they all taste differently.
Yeah.
They all have different health benefits, but the cool thing about it is that, like, even in cooking, even down to the oil, you can flavor your food.
Yeah. So, what kind of oils or fats do you like to use?
I use olive oil most frequently. Really been into avocado oil a lot. I don't really like vegetable oil or canola oil. I like peanut oil.
Yeah. A lot of times, don't even get me started on canola oil. Canola oil, hydrogenated, is really not good for you. And it's one of the worst oils you can probably cook with.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I've had this huge fascination with avocado oil lately, and I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I appreciate the structure of it, I guess. I love olive oil for what it is, and I've learned a lot about it in California too, because there's olive trees all over the place. And even the different like flavors within different olive oils too is crazy. The thing with the avocado oil, I like the color of it, I like the smoke point of it. It's very similar to olive oil, but avocado oil is really clean and it makes your food taste really clean. But even with all of like the vitamins and minerals and all of the like fat acids that you need in your body and that it still gives this like kind of like guilty pleasure, like buttery type of taste.
Yeah.
And I think that's so cool because it's satisfying.
Yeah.
Whereas with olive oil, I don't always
It's
get.
like almost, it adds like a texture.
Yeah.
All right, well that wraps it up for Talk Tuesday this week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, go ahead and let us know. Drop a comment down below. And remember, we want to hear your favorite F word. All right, whatever it is. Let's keep it PG-13. All right, I don't want any profanity. None of that freaky stuff. All right, guys. See ya. Peace.